Hey everyone, welcome back. Just a quick note before we jump in. This was my first interview and I completely blanked on my lines. So yes, flashcards did make an appearance. I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome to the Mandy Effect. In today's episode, we are going to talk to Katie from Katie Elizabeth Salon. Hi Katie.
Hi.
All right, today we're thrilled to have you and we are going to talk about your journey as an entrepreneur. You have grown your small team into a thriving, inclusive space. We're going to talk about your journey as an entrepreneur, the challenges behind building the business, your leadership style, and how you give back to the community, including your work with Jillian's Place. We'll also touch on your Niagara's 40 Under 40 recognition and the advice you have for other artists and business owners within the community. Katie, thank you so much for being here today and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, Katie, let's start at the beginning. Your journey from becoming a hairstylist to opening your salon. How did your journey in hairstyling begin and what inspired you to open your salon?
So this is a loaded question for sure. My hairstyling journey began probably when I was about 21 years old. I started off at Brock University. I went into Brock for psychology, but I had a boyfriend. He actually passed away 3 days before I went to university.
I'm sorry.
And that was kind of the trajectory of the changes in my life. I learned that I wanted to find happiness and peace. So I started kind of dabbling in like Zen mind therapy and just like wellness practices and things like that to try to like regain the momentum of my happiness. So I ended up quitting university and I thought I was following my heart, and I got myself into the fashion world. So I was a clothing buyer for Boathouse. Still friends with them today. They're amazing. That career kind of helped me catapult and tell my parents that, I didn't want to go to university anymore and whatnot. And then my parents ended up getting divorced and it was a really rough time in my life. It was terrible for the family, and I ended up having to move out on my own when I was 19 years old. So I was working a job that unfortunately wasn't paying the bills. I got a bartending job and I said, what the heck am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do? I want to be happy. I want to be safe, and I want to be financially stable. So my heart started leading to the hair world. So essentially I then again quit my job. I enrolled myself into school, which at the time was $400 a year to go to hair school. And I got myself a job at a salon called Salon Escada. Lori Race, we're still friends today, she hired me as an apprentice. And I busted my butt bartending and putting myself through hair school. So I became really good. I found passion in it. I loved it. I was doing well, and I felt like my art started to become my career. I liked it because my little brain, I call my brain like a squirrel brain. So it was nice to have like different clients every day, the rush, like, the competitiveness of achieving something, but I was also making people feel good, which I think is like part of my heart. And then, I was looking for more education. So I ended up going to another hair salon. At that time, I was still probably only 2 years into my career, but I built myself a full clientele. I was happy. I was paying my bills. I was finally feeling stable. And I ended up winning top 5 hairstylists. Well, I became top 5 in Canada for new hair artists.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it was nice. And unfortunately, something really bad happened that evening. The owner that I had was not happy that I won, and I think there was a little bit of disconnect there, and she ended up kind of, in the kindest way, wrecking the night a little bit, saying that I didn't deserve it. And I had the color team that I was working back for, so she ended up leading the event. The color team came, put their hand on my shoulder and said, you deserve this, and we're going to take care of you. And they gave me a full color kit and said I was going to go out on my own.
That's amazing.
So that night I lost almost everything because I didn't have a job anymore. I obviously quit that salon. I had a full hair kit. And I reached out to somebody and I said, let's start a business together. And that's when I opened up my first hair salon with a partner. And we just went from there. I've learned so much about myself, and the story of the business continues. But again, it's all within alignment of what truly makes me happy, what's fitting, what's suiting, and that's what led to Katie Elizabeth Salon.
Wow, that's actually a very inspiring journey, especially from the challenges to where you decided to open up your salon and start your own journey and become a leader yourself. I think that's wonderful. So let's talk about your salon in the early stages. When you first opened your salon, it was a team of 3 professionals, and eventually you grew it into a team of 16 now.
Yep.
So what were some of the challenges that you faced during the earlier launches of your small business?
Okay, so this is, again, another big one. So I was leaving my previous, so again, like I said, I had $1 million hair salon business with a business partner, and I ended up walking away. And essentially, when you quit a partnership, it ends that day.
Of course.
So I had 10 days. 10 days I told my clients I'll be back in the chair. So I had 10 days to find a spot, rebuild a whole hair salon, and find a space for myself to work out of, because I didn't want to work for somebody else. So I used my connections. My best friend was a real estate agent at the time. Somebody that I knew at the bar owned a salon rental unit, and I ended up signing up, and my friends and I all came together, and within 10 days we opened up Katie Elizabeth Salon. It was located in Thorold, and at that time I actually only had one person, and I was like, okay, here we go. So the early challenges were essentially relocating, cutting parts of my life off that didn't align, and just rebuilding the business. So it was hustling to find income to be able to buy chairs, you know, asking brands to help me with product, learning how to run a business all by myself, going through a business divorce of my previous location while managing and living on my own. I was about 25 at the time. So there was multiple challenges, but the best part was I had such a strong relationship with all my clients that when I made that cut and I moved into the Thorold location, I had a 97% return rate, and everybody was so supportive.
That's wonderful. Typically when we're going through hardships, whether it's personal or business, you know, there's always that rock bottom, right? And then there's that mindset that we have to develop to keep on going. What were some of the motivations that you had that kept you going? You know, you felt you kind of got yourself up, and then you decided to keep on moving forward.
All my clients and all my staff know there's a quote that I live by, and I used to make sweaters for that, and it said, be a good human. So
I love that.
Essentially, what I've learned to do in life is you can only be responsible for yourself and the energy that you put out. So I've decided to lead with kindness and lead with honesty, and just try to be as good of a person as I can. And speaking negatively only absorbs negativity. So I've learned to manifest, and I've learned to use that to my advantage, that everything that I say out loud can really come true. You speak your life into existence. So no matter how hard things got, I kept being kind to my clients, making them feel good. And it made me feel good. Even if I was going through the hardest times, making somebody else, you almost feel that energy when you're making somebody feel happy. And no matter what the hardest times in my life were, no matter how scared I was, I just kept being kind and a good person, and not vengeful and not absorbed with negativity. Even though it's hard, it's just something that's always carried me through life because of all the challenges that I've faced. And it's just easier to just be a good human. So that's kind of what I live by.
That's wonderful. All right, your salon is known for being inclusive and empowering. What inspired that approach, and why is it important to you?
So essentially, there was 2 stories that were very pivotal for me. When I was younger and I was working at a hair salon, we had 2 African-American sisters come in, and they had beautiful, long, curly hair. And the mother was asking, can we get a haircut? And I'll never forget the moment that whoever was working on reception said, we don't do that type of hair. And just the feeling, it broke my heart. And I just started thinking, like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that? You know, you go to school at Niagara College, and we were only working on straight-haired mannequins. And I was like, curl pattern has nothing to do with skin tone. Like, there's women have, like, only 3% of people have straight hair. And I was like, this is wrong. I couldn't imagine going into a hair salon being turned away for hair that I have and that everyone else has. And that skill needs to be, you need to be able to do all types of hair, because we're all human that need haircuts. So
Absolutely.
Essentially, that was one of the first pivotal stories that I was like, this isn't right, and something needs to change.
Thank you for sharing that experience.
And then one of my best friends, Esso, he's from Bosnia, and his sisters, they're Muslim, and his sister wears a hijab. And it was so hard for me to get her a hair appointment because you can't take your hijab off if there's men in the salon. So I would feel so embarrassed being like, oh, you can't come in today because so-and-so, like, and then I would have to go to her house and she couldn't get the full salon experience. And I was like, why? Like, that's not fair. So I started being like, how do I create something where nobody has said no to and turned around? Like, how embarrassing if I walked into a place and they're like, sorry, I can't do your hair. Like, I've never felt that, but to feel that, I was like, this isn't right. And that's kind of how this all began. The hair industry can be very catty. I remember walking into certain jobs that I had, feeling like anxiety, feeling like I was walking on eggshells, feeling like I wasn't dressed good enough. And I was like, I don't want to feel this way anymore, and I don't want anyone else to feel that way ever again.
It's amazing how your vision has shaped the salon culture. And I think it's very wonderful that you recognize that and you actually decided to do something about it. And I'm sure the clientele can speak to the culture and the environment that you've created over here. So let's talk about your growth next.
It's been a personal growth experience for me. I lead with so much love, and you're meeting me at a time where so many things are changing actually within Katie Elizabeth Salon. But some of the challenges are because I lead with my heart so much. I take care and I take on a lot of the girls' lives, experiences, hardships, everything. And what the hardest thing to do in business is when you lead with love, like, you also have to be a business owner as well too. And I find challenges with that, to be strict, to be stern, to follow the rules, to maintain the business and the atmosphere. It's really hard when you fall in love with, like, your coworkers. They feel like sisters or your kids, right? So, you know, being strict is one of those hard things. Like, I used to be such a people pleaser and, you know, always wanted to fix everything, but standing up for the girls with difficult clients, or teaching the girls how to be better against their clients, having those hard conversations, I think is one of the biggest challenges that I have had to learn, or being the boss and the mom at the same time.
It's tough being a leader, and I can totally understand and relate. It's almost like being a parent. You know, you love your child, you want to support them, you want them to grow, but then there comes a moment where you just have to give a little bit tough love, only to push them to become better.
That's exactly one of my big challenges, for sure.
Awesome. All right, so running a successful business isn't always glamorous. What are some of the hidden struggles that most people don't see, in your opinion?
Money.
That's a big one.
The way that the economy has changed, we've had to be so quick to be adaptive. You know, pay, like, minimum wage increased 3 times this year. Financials, everybody's finances are different. The changes with, I hate talking about politics, so I won't, but the changes with essentially the Canadian economy, we've had to really roll with it. And you know, it's very difficult. One of the biggest quotes we get, or comments we get, is hair is so expensive.
It is.
It is. But they think that it's all coming back into our pockets. But what I'm really struggling with is, I wish I could just be like, here's what we spend to go to the government, and here's how much taxes are, and products went up 3 times. It's being adaptable, staying positive, and working with the changes. Like, it's not like it was before COVID, so people aren't spending the way that they were, and the bills still come out.
Right.
The jobs still need to be run, and that's one of my pivotal challenges, is to really hone in on ensuring the finances and the stability of the business. It's quite difficult because clients can cancel last minute, and I understand, because, you know, it might not be right for them to get their hair done that day. That's a $300 loss at ours. So it's just learning how to navigate all of those things. I'd say that that's the truth. Like, that's one of the hard things to do in this business, because it's not like a grocery store where everybody needs to go every day. It's a choice, right? Get your hair done.
And repeat business, right? So it's art that you perform with hair, and people fall in love with it, and then you get that ROI, which is amazing. All right. So looking back, have there been any mistakes or gaps that taught you the most about leadership and running a business?
Yes, I think that goes back to a communicative thing. I think, you know, over-giving and over-promising cannot set you up for success. You know, sometimes I would let my insecurities lead and promise things because I wanted to take care of everybody else before myself. And that can have long-term effects on the business choices that you make out of emotion.
Right.
think sometimes, again, leading with my heart and being emotionally reactive, I need to learn how to take a step back, think about the process, and think about the longevity of these decisions that I'm making.
Yep.
But sometimes you make them out of initial fear without taking that 24. I've learned the 24-hour rule. So I'd say that would be some of the things that caused gaps within the business. But it's just, you just learn how to roll with it, essentially.
Awesome. All right. So how do you keep your salon motivated and maintain a strong culture as your salon and team grows?
I'd say, like, you need to be humble. You need to be in it. If we're struggling, I better be behind the chair doing clients right with the girls. I think the worst thing that you could do is act above anybody. We create a team that's very honest and open. We're comfortable with having conversations that don't get heated. We have truthful conversations. So anytime there's been a hardship in the business, I sit down with them and I show them what's going on. And we just have very open communication, motivation.
Right.
And I make sure that, so in my interviews, the first thing that I say every time is, we have a zero tolerance bullying policy. I don't care if you're the best hairstylist in the world. If you're coming in here and you're bringing down the energy, you're gone. The whole staff hires the next team member, not just me. And there's no hierarchy in the business. So that's kind of how, like, the girls own it with me.
That's wonderful. I love that. All right. Well, your leadership clearly shows the impact that you make. And now let's talk about your recognition in the community. So congratulations on being recognized as Niagara's 40 under 40. How do you feel, and what does it mean to you personally and professionally?
It's honestly, it was a dream of mine since I opened my first business. I actually applied for it when I was 25, and obviously I didn't get it. I didn't even expect to get it this year. But it's funny because when this happened to me, I was really struggling at the time. I thought that, I had a partner that would say that the business wasn't good and, really bring it down. And I almost believed him. And it was one of those weeks where you're just, you have those weeks where it's like, oh, I suck, I'm this, I'm that, like whatever. And then all of a sudden I got this email saying, congratulations, you won 40 under 40, or you're in 40 under 40. And I was like, it was almost like the universe saying, like, keep going. So it just made me feel really proud. Like, and I was just honored to be recognized. Because sometimes, like, some people say, like, do you know that you built this? And I still almost don't feel like it's mine yet.
It's like a dream, right? Every day you wake up. And I think it's good motivation, right? To give you more of that push and just kind of keep you going. So I think those rewards definitely help in the motivation, and obviously they make us feel great about ourselves.
They're like, keep
and the
going,
business
you
we're
can
building.
do it.
Woman,
you got this.
Woman empowerment.
Yes, 100%.
All right. So now let's transition a little bit into your work with Jillian's Place. So it's a local organization supporting women and children affected by domestic violence. How did your partnership with them start, and why is it important to you in particular?
So we see people in here every day. We talk to so many women, so many men every day. As hairstylists, we're the first ones to know if you're pregnant. We're the first ones to know if you're getting a divorce. For some reason, people open up to us. What is so important, and I'll be a little bit raw here, is that I did grow up in an abusive household. I've faced domestic violence, and sometimes you're just hiding it and holding it all together and pretending that it's not there and that it's not real. And I didn't even realize that in myself until this year. But what I wanted to do was, because we are the gatekeepers of so many stories and the protectors, like, we don't just do hair, we hold on to people's hearts when we're in this chair. There was one particular situation where I knew that the woman was being abused by her husband, and I didn't know what the right steps were to do. And the first thing I thought, we've always donated to Jillian's Place every Christmas, and I was like, I need to know how to handle this, and so does the rest of my staff. So Jillian's Place actually serendipitous, whatever that word is, reached out to me and said, we're offering certifications because you've donated to us. You donate all the time. We do fundraisers for Jillian's Place because I've had to use it before. That all my girls got certified in how to handle domestic violence issues and how to direct. So not only are we doing hair services, but we've also been able to offer support to so many different women and show them just where to go and how to get the help that they need. Because no matter how bright and shiny and wealthy and put together people look, you wouldn't believe how many of us have needed those services.
I think it's so warm. It's so heartwarming to know how much effort and love you put into your clients, not only just for hair, but also kind of, understanding who they are and ensuring that they're in a safe environment. And also the helping hand that you offer it's just so wonderful and beautiful. So thank you for doing that. About how you balance running a growing business and then giving back to the community and mentoring the next generation of hairstylists.
I don't. I don't. I run a marathon all day, every day. I do it out of love. I've learned this year to ask for help.
Yeah.
My receptionist is currently babysitting my son. Aww. He calls her Auntie Rose.
Thanks, Auntie Rose.
Thanks, Auntie Rose. My staff babysits my little boy. I have created I don't have a big family of my own blood, but I have a beautiful family of friends that we all support each other. We're there for each other no matter what. So I just try my best every day. But I've also delegated I've learned delegation. So essentially within the business, there's delegated roles that each girl plays, and we do them as like fun roles. So we have like what are they called? Like the manager of the environment, the manager of the happiness, the manager of, I have two of them that onboard all the new people.
Yeah.
So everybody has their little role to play where they're the boss of that category, because you truly can't do it by yourself. So essentially the team all they're the boss of something in here, whether it's the birthday cards, the decorating the station, the print out the taxes and all the Uber receipts. It's learned delegation, but it's also like lots of caffeine and just learning what I can and can't do. So.
They do say America runs on Dunkin', so does Canada, but Tim Hortons or
Mine's
Starbucks.
Red Bull, but yeah.
So as they say, it takes a village to raise a child. I know you're a mom. I'm sure you're a wonderful mom. I want to know when it comes to work-life balance, how do you handle that, and what support system do you have in place, if at any, and how does that work for you?
Again, I think you're meeting me at a very vulnerable time. I recently separated from my husband in the summer, so I'm relearning how to do that on my own. I don't have a lot of family support or a big family. My dad passed away earlier this year, and my family really was my ex-husband's family, but unfortunately that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
So struggling. So essentially I know on my co-parenting days with my son, that's where my heart lies. That's where I focus. I shorten my work days and I go full mom mode those days.
Yep.
The days that I don't have my son, I'm 100% invested in my business. So that's where I'm putting in all my work, all my effort, taking my clients. But what I've really learned is that networking and meeting other people outside of the hair world creates a community. So
for sure.
I have a rule, just like us today, Mandy.
Yeah.
I never say no to an opportunity. And I have met so many amazing friends that are in other businesses that we all have created a community where we all support each other. So I can't ask for you to support me if I don't wholeheartedly support you. So when I don't have my son, I try my best to be at any woman's event, any networking event that I can, helping out a friend. If they need their hair done for their events, I want to support that. And that networking outside of the hair world has really created a community and a culture, because life's hard and we all should be supporting each other, not just for ourselves. Like if you're showing up for me, I need to show up for you.
I think that's wonderful. And that energy pours out of your personality, the willingness to help, the kindness. And I love that. And I think those are such wonderful qualities of a good leader. The extension to help, the willingness to take that step above, and the willingness to have those conversations that need to be had. Looking ahead, what impact do you hope your salon and your community will have within the next 5 to 10 years?
I hope that, so again, going back to classic hair salons, when you walk in, you feel insecure or uncomfortable. And that is kind of naturally accepted in the hair world, that it's catty and competitive.
Yep.
You know, people know as hair salons as drama, dramatic, catty, gossipy, whatever. That doesn't scream confidence and inclusivity to me. And aren't you coming to the hair salon to feel good and beautiful? But like, why do you want to feel like shit walking in? So in the next 5 to 10 years, like, we joke in here that we are changing the industry. We're changing. We're not accepting that. Like, we're not accepting that. You should walk in here and you should feel warm and welcome. My staff shouldn't feel small. The clients shouldn't feel small.
Absolutely.
Like, it's much easier to be kind because you're here to feel beautiful.
Yeah.
So why do you want to feel judged for what you're wearing, if you don't have makeup on, blah, 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 like all the superficial stuff?
Yeah.
I want to create an impact where that's how the rest of the salon world should work. I want to create an impact where my salon girls work together. They help each other as a family instead of celebrating their downfall. Okay. So essentially that's what I want this space to be in the next 5 to 10 years.
That's amazing. All right, now let's shift to advice for artists and entrepreneurs who might be watching today. All right, so what advice would you give to hairstylists or artists or entrepreneurs who want to build a successful business, especially in today's day and age where we're growing so fast and rapidly with, you know, AI, with social media, and just super talented professionals?
I would say the first thing that comes to mind is like post. Be ready to work hard and be ready to really put yourself out there, you know, honor what you like to do in the industry. Back in the day, you had to do everything. If you only want to do haircuts, celebrate that, brand yourself. Again, networking, but you're going to have to do the free haircuts, do the models, sign up for the voluntary work, post everything, be proud of your work, tell a story. You know, not everybody's perfect in the beginning. They all start off as, I always teach my hair babies, show your apprenticeship, post it online, celebrate it. Say I'm doing a 50% off new model, whatever, but you are going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to do the research. You're going to have to reach out. Yeah. Even when we were in here, you know, we did the most old school thing when we first opened up. I had all the girls get a card and a succulent. We got like 100 of them, and I made them go out and introduce themselves to the community. I said, who do you want your ideal clientele to be? So they went to Starbucks, they went to the banks, and it was an in-person interaction of saying, hi, I'm a new hairstylist. I just opened up down the street, and welcome, and I'd love to welcome you into the salon. It's with AI, the emotions and the connections kind of can get distorted, and we're an in-person business, so you better learn how to talk in person and be warm and welcoming, and that's how we get the people in the chair.
This is totally random, what is one skill set that you think every artist or entrepreneur should have in this industry?
Honestly, you need to be able to communicate and connect with people. It doesn't matter how good you are at hair. If you can't nail a consultation, and if you can't create energy and connection, they're just going to go to the next person that makes them feel good. A highlight is a highlight. I can teach you a highlight, but I can't teach you how to be a warm, inviting person. And that's the first thing. If you can't do a proper consultation and read the picture with the client to give them what they want, why are they going to come back and keep buying it from you if you can't create that communication?
I agree 1000%. So based on your experience, what are some common mistakes or gaps you see in emerging artists when starting their careers?
I'm noticing, I think it's a COVID effect. I'm noticing a lot of the time it's the communication is tough. It's very different nowadays for younger clients and staff. We usually have actually a few field trips that come in here, like hair students from high schools. And I teach them to compliment their student, or compliment their friend, or have a hard conversation. I'd say that would definitely be a gap. Is again, just in-person communication is lacking because everybody's on their phones. Also, I think that for emerging hairstylists, it's an insecurity of a little bit of hostility, where you're the artist, you need to welcome the client in, and sometimes I notice that there's like a little bit of hostility within both, but they need to remember that you're welcoming that client in their house. And just I think the work ethic has changed a little bit. Like, you know, I know that hustle culture can be toxic, but also there needs to be a little bit of that hustle. And I'm so blessed that everybody on my staff, like, they embody those traits and they're not forgotten. But sometimes through the interview process, I think I'm old school a little bit, and it's changed. It's changed a bit.
But you know what? I feel like that old school energy is always going to stick, and that's what kind of makes us different and stick out, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, fun fact is actually hair was one of the leading industries that survived the Great Depression.
oh wow.
And hair is one of those things that I don't think robots or AI can really take over, right?
Yeah.
So those old school skill sets, they need to be embodied because
Yeah.
it's always going to be an in-person thing, right?
For sure. How do you stay motivated when facing setbacks or uncertainty?
The love of my staff.
The love of your
Like
staff.
if I give up, if I quit this business, if I shut these doors down,
Yeah.
if I don't come to work,
Mhm.
I have 21, or how many people do we have now? I think we have almost 20. We just hired a bunch.
Oh wow.
So that means that I drop the ball for girls that are going through hard things. I lose all their income for them. And how could I ever do that? So I need to get up every day and come here, or else I'm letting down my whole family.
That's beautiful, and it's very motivating. So what's next for Katie Elizabeth Salon and for you personally as a leader in the industry?
So you're actually the first person to know this other than the staff.
That's amazing. I feel so good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the public doesn't know this yet. But again, the model of commission is not working.
Okay.
The economy is not working. I sold my business.
Oh wow. Okay.
To the entire staff.
Oh wow.
So now, yes, of course, I'm still the owner. We're changing to a rental model, and everybody owns a part of KES now.
Oh wow. I think that's very moving and motivating at the same time.
Yep.
But it also helps you keep on going.
Yep.
And what was the staff's? How did this idea come about?
Well, we all went through something really hard last year. Each one of us. I had a staff member who almost died in a car accident. I had a staff member whose mother passed away. I had a staff member that didn't want to come back full time because she wants to spend time with her baby. And I love and support all of that. But unfortunately, a classic business model needs to have that tough, get back in here, get back to work. And I don't lead like that. So I had to make a decision what was financially best for the business. And although I'll always be the owner, KES isn't who it is today because of just me. It is for every person that works here. They are the business. So we're actually changing to a rental structure so that they're all becoming their own little business owners themselves.
That's wonderful.
But we're saying that we're continuing this and running this because we are the owners of this space. If one person leaves, that's a huge part of our story. And it's not just me that runs this space. So it's kind of a secret, but you'll know by the time this comes out. But we're all going to own the salon.
That's amazing. It's like I guess it's like the stock market, right? Everybody owns a little piece of the business. And I think that only pushes them to work harder, right? Because now they all have a piece in it. And the harder we work, the more business we get, right?
Well,
so I think that's wonderful.
Now they can do whatever they want. They can, if they don't want to work Saturdays ever again, great. So now they're owners of their own life. And my goal now, I know where my strengths are. I'm more of a motivator mentor. Yeah. And I'm going to teach them how to run their own business.
That's amazing. So have you thought about I know a lot of, I've seen it on social media, a lot of the salons I've gone to in the past or the artists I've been working with for my hair, they do master classes, or they do academies, or they do more of an educator role. Is there anything like that for you in town? Are you thinking about it?
Yep. Yeah, so we actually do. We offer classes. So we offer in-person classes. I offer one for business and I offer one for hair. So it's on our online booking and you can spend the day with me. There's two different brackets. One is like the Ask Me Anything, and then one's a little bit more structured. But we also have shadow days for the girls as well. So we have some big names in here in regards to hairstylists and their social media presence. So you can actually book a day and shadow. If you're a new hairstylist, you can shadow. We have Annie, she's legally blonding. She is known, she has clients drive down 3 hours from Guelph to just get their hair done. So you have the opportunity, if you want to pay for the education, that you can have a full day mentorship and learn and pick Annie's brain. So that is one of our side hustles that we do as well. But I also work very closely with a company called Framar. They're a leading industry in regards to products, foils, anything hair tools regarding. So we actually offer, so we've done this a few times this year, where leading Instagrammable hairstylists will come and we sell about 50, 60 tickets, and we have educational days in here as well too.
Awesome. I do have another question from a business perspective. So I know social media is huge. What is the most authentic way to increase your audience? And what advice do you have for other artists that are trying to grow their business and their social media presence that would help them?
I would say be yourself. Be yourself and don't try to copy somebody else, or else it'll come off inauthentic. I know that, generally around here, like let's say like pink neutrals, coffee, golden retrievers, blah, blah, blondes, whatever, that's popular. But if that's not you, the audience and the client is they're looking to pick their next best friend. So you need to show who you truly are as yourself. So even in here, you'll notice that we have girls of all different styles. Not one person looks the same. They are celebrating their authenticity, their creativity, and their artistry, because that's why we're in this industry. We're not in this industry to all look the same and be told what to do and be told what to dress. So I have like a no dress code policy. You wear whatever you want, whatever makes you feel good, as long as it's appropriate. But everybody's celebrated for who they are. So if you are more of like your creative, artsy Libra, like hippie eccentric, I want you to celebrate that. If you are the pink, we have Annie, she's the pink, or we have India, like our band music, like cool girl, you need to celebrate, but you need to post yourself authentically, because if you're trying to be something you're not going to connect with your clients.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that advice. And it's so genuine. All right, so let's start with a rapid fire round. Like I was saying, as they say, America and Canada run on coffee. So does Katie and her staff at Katie Elizabeth Salon run on coffee or tea?
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
All of us. Red Bull and Starbucks and coffee.
Okay, that's amazing. Yeah. What is your favorite hairstyle trend right now?
Ooh, I would say like natural texture, fringe around the face, the blowout haircut, but really like celebrating your real texture, like heatless, authentic hair.
I love that. I love that. Go to in salon tool.
Oh, everybody steals my blow dryer every day.
What's it called? What blow dryer do you have?
Airlight Pro, L'Oreal.
Amazing.
I could get it stolen. I've had to buy one for the salon. Every time I go to use it, somebody has it. So good job, L'Oreal. 11-foot cord. It's amazing.
That's a long cord. All right. Morning motivation or ritual?
I am going to have an amazing day today, and I feel really happy.
I love that. I love that. A friend of mine always says, I always ask myself, what are you going to do to have a good day today? So in regards to that, I think that's wonderful. So are you a beach or a mountains person?
Beach.
For sure. Do you know any local beaches or have any favorites around the area?
Yeah, I grew up in Port Dalhousie, right down the street. So I went to St. Anne's Elementary School, and as kids, we would just run down to the beach. It was, I'm a total beach girl. So is my son. We go there for breakfast all the time.
Oh. All right, one word to describe your team.
Heaven.
That's amazing. Guilty pleasure.
TikTok and chicken wings.
I can agree to that. The social media definitely has an addicting effect.
Oh yeah.
Well, who is your dream celebrity client?
Who is my dream celebrity client? Oh my God. Alex Earl.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Hopefully one day they'll be in your chair.
Come on over, Alex.
Favorite way to unwind at the end of a long, tiring, stressful day?
My Hush duvet blanket in my sunroom with the windows open.
Oh, I love natural light and natural air. All right. Song stuck in your head lately?
Fall in Love Again and Again.
Oh, I love those answers, Katie. That really gives us a peek behind the scenes. All right, Katie, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your insights and stories. From growing your salon to supporting your team and giving back to the community, your journey is truly inspiring. For everyone that's watching, I'll share Katie and her team's information in the description below so you can learn more and reach out. And Katie, thank you here for joining me on the Mandy Effect today, and it's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me, and it was so wonderful to meet with you.
Yay. All right, if you enjoyed today's video, please hit the subscribe button and like, and also follow Katie on her social media. Her work is amazing, and some of the videos and the content that she's posting is wonderful. I hope you all have a great start to your new year, and I look forward to posting more inspiring content, and I'm excited for you guys to see what's in store for us. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.